What is going on, Gemini? This is Jen coming at you on DTWJ Life. Hope you're all having a great day. Hope you like the new format that's going to be temporary. It's probably going to be going on for like maybe the next month or so, perhaps longer, thanks to having to undergo dental surgery in the future, and it's going to be for a while. In some videos I may be able to speak, others I may not. Just so that you guys know what's happening there. There's no, there are no surprises. So let's see what is going on in your present moment. Right now you have the Hangman sacrifice card inverted, and this is actually a pretty decent sign. It says that I am the knowledge of my inquiry. And right now it kind of seems like you already have been doing your shadow work as far as inner work is concerned. Work pertaining to personal relationships, strengthening those relationships. You've been doing a pretty good job in that area. And I believe that the Hangman is inverted because you've let go of all of those things that have made you sacrifice time with your loved ones. You know, all those things that you really didn't need to be doing. And they kind of helped you to become closer with your loved ones. This is happening 12-fold in midheaven. Okay. Also, I forgot to say, do note that, excuse me, Aries is going to be in the Mercury retrograde coming up on the 22nd, lasting all the way up until the 14th of, help me out here, April. Okay, I'm good. Oh, God. You know, it's been quite a day. Clarifying this card, though, in your present position, you have Mother of Air upright. Okay, Earth with an air. Yeah, Earth with an air, I believe. And you have midheaven joining the North Node. And the North Node is essentially a growth point, which confirms everything that I'm saying about the shadow work that you have been doing and that you currently are doing on yourself. While Pisces is in the moon, it illuminates doing shadow work, facing your cruxes, combating your cruxes through doing shadow work, shadow by shadow, right? One step at a time. It's also a time and a point in time in where you may reach nirvana, the nirvana level. We'll see what's happening there. Let me not jump ahead of myself. But it's also a time to employ spatial thinking, which allows you to become more creative and allows your intuition to open up a little bit more. This is an air card, so it's definitely fitting for you. And I do believe that through that spatial thinking and allowing intuitive messages to come through, you know, you're able to better heal yourself is really what I'm getting. This is kind of what's happening here because you have the sun on your back, right? You got the sun on your back. You have messages that are coming to you. You're definitely going to be enjoying any kind of heavy meditative state that you get into during this lunar aspect. Okay, let us check out the next clarifying card coming off of Hangman inverted. This is seed inverted. Right now, this isn't exactly the time to be planting seeds, so to speak. I know somebody whose fiance is planting a garden right now, and it's like not even full-on spring yet. But sometimes, you know, it depends on what you're trying to plant, you know, in the literal sense of the meaning of this card. But I do believe, you know, that right now it's kind of like the time to not ruminate, but kind of work on developing your skill sets when it comes to approaching things that are pragmatic and earthly. This is a good time to do it. This is why seed is inverted, coming in one fold, which signifies a beginning of something. All right, so this isn't exactly something that's negative. It's not the universe taking opportunities away from you or anything of that nature. It's just kind of a time to, you know, really get into metaphysical studies a little bit more. More specifically, definitely a time to look into different ways to meditate, to receive those messages that you do need to be receiving while you're healing yourself and the relationships that are around you, the people that are around you, the closest relationships that you have. You'll have to excuse me, I've been sick. God. Coming up in your future position, you have Furnace Upright. And this is a fire card. Coming in fivefold, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit, the number of getting your shit together. Yeah, that's right. You also have the Sun here, so that is you, Gemini. Okay? You're taking both sides of yourself, all of the resources that you have, and you're pulling them all together right now. Yet I feel like you're kind of confused as to, you know, where you're going to be exercising your gifts, exactly how. You're still kind of mapping things out a little bit. And that kind of correlates with the Seed inverted card. So it totally makes sense, as this seems to be a sequential reading so far. Okay. Confirming Furnace Upright. We have Wind inverted, coming in sevenfold, the number of luck. We also have Mercury here, which, as I said, is going to be retrograding in Aries. So this is kind of a time that is going to possibly wreak psychological havoc on you, okay? It may have to do with a close relationship that you have, or it may have to do with work. Maybe a coworker is kind of getting on your nerves a little bit. Maybe it has to do with business. But your psychological makeup and how you're approaching the upcoming Mercury retrograde is scaring the shit out of you. My advice, stop scaring yourself. Okay, stop scaring yourself. Look at that map that you're trying to put together with that Seed inverted card, okay? Think about that, okay? Think about the map that you're trying to put together to deploy later on, and how wonderful and freaking awesome that's going to be. Focus on that more and less on this card, because it's not healthy. The next clarifying card we have is Fountain inverted. So this can either signify a moment of stress coming off of Wind inverted, you know, like the beginning of a stressful time that very well may age you a little bit. You have the Moon conjuncting with Mars here, signifying the Piscean energy conjuncting with Mars, which rules Aries. Hello, the retrograde that's coming. You really have to have, like, not just a think on, but a do on, in regards to the shadow work that you need to be doing. What is it exactly that's stressing you out right now? Seriously, what is it that's stressing you out right now to this point and screwing with your sustenance? This is a water card, okay? So this is about emotions, but it's also about sustenance and ways of sustaining yourself. If it were upright, you'd be off to a great start, but something is really getting under your skin. What is that thing? What is that shadow? Face it. Face that shadow. Work on it, and work on getting through it. Okay. I'm so serious, man. Alright, the culmination card, which is the section to have a think on. You have Quake inverted. Nothing is going to be quaking. That can either be good news or bad news. Okay, when it comes to facing stressful situations, it's good news, because nothing is going to be uprooted. This is an Earth card. Nothing is going to be uprooted in you, because you do have your feet firmly planted in the decisions that you are making, despite how stressful they've been. The North Node is, the North Node is here as well, signifying a time of growth. Okay, you're kind of moving forward to the next step. This is coming in fivefold, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit, the number of having your shit together again. And I think that is freaking great. This can also signify a time of being, what is the word? Subjugated, right? You know, like, this isn't a water card, but just imagine this analogy, okay? You know, being subjugated underwater, right? You know, somebody's, like, making you very, you know, submersive instead of immersive. And what you really want to do is get down to the seed, get into the root work. Okay, face that shadow, face that crux. Okay, work with it so that something does begin to germinate for you, and that stressful situation becomes null and void. Okay, clarifying this card, we have Father of Earth inverted, which is definitely somebody who's quite dishonest when it comes to business dealings, somebody who's dishonest when it comes to their approaches to finances, material wealth, business, you know, essentially that. We have Earth with an Earth here, or no, I'm sorry, Air with an Earth. So we have a little bit of psychological disarray happening with this person in their psychological makeup. They're not quite right in the head when it comes to things like this. So you have to be wary of such a person approaching you. Okay, you have Jupiter conjuncting with the North Node. This is like a time of moving forward again. And every time that you move forward, what are you facing? Especially right now with Pisces and the Moon. You are facing a crux, or you are facing a shadow that you have to be fighting through, working through. Jupiter's here to expand on such person, okay? So that you have not only a full view on this person, but a nuanced view on this person. You'll find out who it is if you don't know already, and you'll be able to handle it just fine. Next card. This is why you're able to handle it just fine. You got mode upright coming in fourfold. Earth, air, fire, water. All right, you got Mars here, which rules what again? Aries. And Aries is going to be in the Mercury retrograde coming up on the 22nd, beginning there. This is the time when you're going to be guarding your castle, okay? Everything that you've been building, okay, queens and kings? You are going to be guarding your castle. Man, I love it. It doesn't matter what the heck befalls you. You always have the answer. And I love that. I love the shit out of that because I know that you're going to be safe. And that makes me feel better. I do love you guys. I love you guys. I always have. Yes. All right, for your medicine card, we have got the Badger. Let me go ahead and find it. Okay, this is about aggressiveness. But this pertains to you. Until you reach your goal, know the inner power that lives in your soul. Okay? Tie that up with the moat, confirming, or rather, you know, coming, or following up, what do you call it, the Father of Earth inverted. Yeah, think about that. You know, you have every single right to be aggressive. Okay? Know the power that lives in your soul because you're going to be the one to serve somebody some justice or some papers or whatever. You got to serve them, but you're going to be serving them today. Yeah. Gemini, I thoroughly enjoyed doing this reading for you. If you guys need a personal reading, private reading, hit me up in the link in the description of this video that goes into my Facebook fan page. Message me through there. We'll consult, get it started. If you feel so inclined, you could donate any amount that you wish to this channel in the interest of expanding its content. I would like to get into educational material and spiritual experiences. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. And until the next Lunar SBAT, blessed be. Take care.